Well, you saved up the hard-earned money and you wanted to go on a vacation, an all-inclusive to the Riu Republica. Well, before you take that jaunt down to the Dominican Republic, let me tell you about my experience on that resort. Well, we get down to that said resort. Check-in was fine, pleasant, what you'd expect for an all-inclusive. Get up to the room, ready to take a hot shower. No hot water in the shower. I thought maybe it was just that happened to be that day, but nope, that was the whole week. There was not even lukewarm water in the showers. Our air conditioning unit in the room, it was broken in the on position the entire time that we stayed there, which could be worse. There was one of the guests that we talked to that they didn't have air conditioning at all, so their room was like 80 degrees at night versus our room that was like 61 because it was just always on, which made it a little chilly. Your in-drink room service, they've got alcohol that's in the room. And they've got the sodies that you can have in the refrigerator, but they only give you like 2 Pepsi Zeros and 1 7-Up and 2 bottles of water and a bottle of seltzer water, and that's it. And they only refill that every other day, so you're gonna have to stretch that or go down to the 24-hour sports bar that's in the lobby. You could do that one. No, I go to resorts myself for 2 reasons: alcohol and food, well, and to lounge around by a pool and do as little as possible for that whole week that I'm there. The food was not good. It just, I mean, you've got a buffet. There's multiple selections of the buffet, but they have these specialty restaurants, which you can get every one thing that you can get at the specialty restaurants, you can get at the buffet, so I don't understand why you go to the specialty restaurants. The specialty restaurants are like, so imagine you had an uncle who once went to Italy, and then he told your third cousin about Italian food, and then that third cousin tried to replicate what the Italian food might have been like without ever actually eating Italian food, and that's what you're getting at those specialty restaurants. The food I'm not a picky eater, and I was struggling finding things to eat. With that said, they've got a jerk chicken on the beach. Eat the jerk chicken. That shit was delicious. Everything else left a lot to be desired. Then the alcohol. Couldn't get a mojito at the pool, which is really weird because that seems like a very normal pool drink. You could go to the sports bar and get the mojito, but not at the pool. They didn't have rum runners, which I thought was also a little weird. Those are my 2 go-to choices. I tried the rum punch, and it was basically legit high C that was just poured with a little bit of rum, so that's kind of weird. All their drink, like the fountain machines and all that stuff, none of that was working, so they all used bottles. So I don't know if that was a particular issue with this resort at the time or what was going on there. No ice machines. They give you an ice bucket in your room so that you could get, who wants scotch on the rocks? This guy did, but I had to go down to the sports bar to get the ice because no ice machine was working at all. I mean, they were there. They exist, but none of them were working at all. I got some kind of stomach bug while I was there, which is the first experience I've ever had on resort anywhere I've ever gone, and I've gone to 5 different resorts, including a couple of Rius, and never had any stomach issues. Man, day 2 into it, it was rough. That flight home, real hard, trying not to crap myself on the way home. Positive notes, though, there's like 8 different pools that you can choose from at the resort. So if you're not one of those party goers and you don't like that clubbing scene, you can go away from the main pool, and they've got a secondary pool that still has a swim-up bar in it. We called that the old people pool, and it was a pleasant experience. I met some cool Canadians. Shout out to Nico and Emily. They made the trip at least somewhat more enjoyable. They also had stomach issues as well, not to call them out, but again, pointing out to the fact that this is probably more to do with the food that's on the resort than anything else. But worst case scenario, I had my phone stolen while on the pool deck. Now, I'll take full credit for the fact that, I had the pool in my back, or had the phone in my backpack by the pool. I've done that at every resort I've ever gone to. I've never had any problem. I do take full credit that, probably shouldn't have had the phone down in the pool without it, being physically on me. I get that. With that said, it was like Wednesday, so the 3rd day that we were there all day, same pool, same place. We never went off the resort, so that's another thing for the food thing. It's like we don't go off the resort, we just stay on the resort. So whatever we got was from said resort. I get up to the room after being down at the pool all day long, realize my phone's gone. Track it through Life 360. My phone's in a shopping complex. It was taken at 6:05 from the pool deck. Went through the lobby into areas where it looks like it's employees only, went out into a parking lot, which looked like it was probably an employees only parking lot, into a vehicle, and then went down the road 5 miles to a shopping center where I'm sure it was hawked within minutes. We went down to the lobby to, hey, look, we're not trying to get anything out of you guys. We're not really trying to do anything other than let you know, like, you've got an employee who fucking stole a phone. So, we were treated so miserably from that experience. Like, they made it seem like we'd lost the phone off resort, which we never went off resort. They kept asking, oh, are you sure you didn't leave the resort? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I left the resort. Like, oh, well, show us where you were. And we showed them right where we were. And they said, you were here all day? Yeah, we were here all damn day. That's what we do. We drink, we eat, and we lounge in the pool all damn day long. Didn't believe that for whatever reason. They said, oh, well, we got some cameras, but we can't actually look at the cameras on resort, which I mean, I've been in security my whole life. I have never heard of a facility that has cameras that isn't actually able to access the said cameras from the place where the cameras are. They're like, we'll have to call corporate and look into it. And their whole solution was, well, and if we find out who did it, we can link you up with the Dominican Republic Police Department and have you file a police report. I'm an American that was leaving 2 days from now. I'm not filing a fucking police report with a foreign government because it's not going to do a damn bit of good. I felt, and that was it. Like, that was the experience. They just, there's no, like, not even a, hey, that really sucked that your phone got taken. Here's a bottle of champagne on us, which would have cost them nothing because it's an all-inclusive resort and I already paid for the alcohol anyways. But nothing, not a fucking thing was taken seriously. We tried to reach out to their corporate when we got back to the States. Sent multiple emails, never got a single response. Riu Republica sent me hey, like, do a survey for us. I filled out said survey, informed them of all the issues, said I have no interest in never going back to Riu, still have never heard anything again. So, if you're going to spend your hard-earned money on an all-inclusive resort, which I can't speak highly enough of going to all-inclusive resorts because they are fan-fucking-tastic, go to Sandals. Never go to the Riu. Any Riu. Doesn't matter. Don't go to them because you're going to get the shits and your phone stolen. But you meet some cool Canadians, so